Hi everybody, my name is Ellie, and today we're going to show you how to apply as an international baccalaureate student to the University of Alberta. Because choosing an IB program indicates your commitment to academics, and we want to see you continue your studies at the University of Alberta. So why should you apply as an IB student? It's important that you declare yourself an IB student to ensure that we can utilize the IB grades you have available, as well as assess you for transfer credit. At the University of Alberta, we use a process called dual admission, where we evaluate both your provincial grades and a converted percentage grade for your final IB score. We will then take the higher of the two when building your admission average. This means that you are not at a disadvantage by taking an IB exam. Transfer credit is when you get University of Alberta credit for completing selected IB coursework if you get a 6 or more on your exams. For the full list of IB courses that have an equivalent U of A course eligible for transfer credit, this can be found at uab.ca under the Transfer Credit tab. These can also be found in the University of Alberta calendar. Note that if there is not a course on the chart, then it will not be eligible for transfer credit. After we receive a student's IB score report in the summer after grade 12, our admissions team will review these by hand and automatically post these to the student Bear Tracks account. With the processing time, please note that a student is probably not going to see these posted until late August/early September. So please don't worry too much when you don't hear anything back in June or July. Transfer credit is automatically awarded, meaning that if you do not want to accept transfer credit, it is your responsibility to complete and submit a decline transfer credit form by September 1st before you start fall classes. Now let's look at the application specifically and walk you through the steps on how to apply. First step is to visit uab.ca/apply after applications open up October 1st of your grade 12 year. Then click Apply Now. And next, it will ask you a couple of questions. If you're starting a new application, you can select No. If you have already started an application, then you would select Yes, and it would prompt you to input your Launchpad login. Presuming that you're not a previous or continuing University of Alberta student, please select No. As long as you're not applying for a professional program, select No. And if you're applying directly out of high school, just to note, these programs are not direct entry and require some level of post-secondary credit. Those are Faculty of Medicine and Dentistry, the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, or the Faculty of Law. Next, it will ask you if you have completed any education in Alberta. If you have, it will redirect you to the Apply Alberta webpage. You will fill out the details that will be prompted there, and you'll then be redirected back to the U of A application platform you see here. If you have not completed any Alberta curriculum, you'll be prompted to create a Launchpad account directly, where you're going to fill all the required fields. In your Launchpad account, you're going to want it to be in the application management area that you see here, where you click on Start New Application. If for whatever reason you get directed to the status page of Launchpad, which you see here, you can scroll down to the bottom and select Back to Application Management. This is where you'll go anytime you want to submit a new application or edit a non-submitted application. Select Undergraduate Programs and then select Create Application. Under the Personal Information section, fill out all of your details on both the first and second page. If you're a current or former University of Alberta student, you're going to select No. Then select whether you are a high school applicant or a post-secondary applicant. If you've only ever completed high school curriculum and never post-secondary, select the first choice. Under the curriculum of study, this is where it is incredibly important that you select Canadian curriculum and International Baccalaureate. This is going to ensure that your self-report form following allows you to input IB courses. If you have any other curriculum, then you can select these as well. For your province, indicate which province you're studying in or studied in grade 11 and 12. We will use Alberta for this example. You're then going to click Continue. In academic history, enter all high schools and post-secondary institutions you have previously attended, are currently attending, and are planning to attend up until the end of the current academic year. You can add new schools by clicking Add New. Under the term and first program selection, there are a couple steps that you must take. For term selection, term and year are going to be when you'll be starting at the University of Alberta, your attendance status for most students coming from high school, that's going to be a degree student. For which campus you're planning on attending, it's important that you choose out of the 3 that we offer at the University of Alberta, those being our North Campus, our Augustana Campus, or our Campus Saint Jean. You'll then get the chance to select your faculty of choice and then your program of choice within that faculty. You will have the choice to select a second choice program, which would be assessed if you're not eligible for your first choice program. And we highly recommend that all students fill this out to provide us with 2 program choices. Then click Continue to activate your self-report form that looks a little bit like this. Now, drop-down menus on the application will show you both types of courses for your province and then for IB, after you declare yourself an IB student earlier in the application. For your provincial marks, list the final course mark that shows on your provincial transcript, so final grade 11 or final grade 12. If you're taking it right now, list this as in progress. And if you're taking it in the following semester, list this as planning to take. Then click Add Course to add grades. For your IB grades, if you've completed the course and written the exam, convert your score to the percentage shown at the top of the form using the conversion scale. Using our dual admission process, we will use the higher of the 2 grade percentages, which you can see here with both the IB grade and just the standard provincial grade. We'll often get questions from students such as, what do I self-report on my application if I have not yet completed the course and or written the IB exam at the time of the application? Well, under course status, you can list those courses as in progress if you're currently taking them, or planning to take if you're taking the course in the following semester. If you have your final provincial mark but have not yet written the IB exam, list your final provincial grade on your application. Complete this for all of your courses, meaning all grade 11 and grade 12. Failure to input everything might result in a stall or delay in your application. Inputting your grades fully and accurately the first time will enable us to assess your application properly. Now, for the final steps of your application, after clicking Continue, once you've completed your self-report form, they're going to kind of look like this. First, the declaration is that if you are an Alberta student, part of this is going to provide consent for us to access your final official transcript automatically. For everyone outside of Alberta, you will complete all the required fields that certify that the information in this application is true and complete in all respects. Under Student Survey, we're going to ask you a couple questions related to your experience during the application process. For signature, that's going to be a digital signature authenticating your application. For review, that's going to be where any outstanding or incorrect fields are going to be flagged. And then finally, you're going to submit that application. Submitting an application also means that you have to submit a fee associated with that application. It is your responsibility to have your IB transcript sent directly from the IB College Board to the University of Alberta. You can do this through the IB College Board website, and you have to have this sent to us prior to August 1st after your grade 12 year. This will enable us to audit your self-reported grades or update any new grades from the final semester. As a note, for your provincial coursework, Alberta student transcripts are sent automatically to the U of A. However, out-of-province students are required to send yours directly to the U of A in addition to your IB transcripts. You will see these as a checklist item on your Launchpad account, and they will be checked off when complete. Now, of course, we want you to stay connected with us throughout this process so we can help you out with every step of the way. We encourage you to visit our IB resources as seen on the screen. Here you can check out our up-to-date web pages, which also include frequently asked questions. Or you can email us using the emails you see on the screen. Thank you so much for watching.